What's up, Pajama Church? Today we're going to be talking about loving your enemies and what that means. A lot of people have heard the verse, you know, keep your friends close but keep your enemies closer. That's not one of these days, alright? That's not what it's about. It's not about tricking them. It's purely about honestly and truly loving them and why God calls us to do that. It says in Matthew, let me find it. It says in Matthew 5:44, "But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who persecute you." So why would God be calling us to do this? Why would God be calling us to love those who hate us, who persecute us, who maybe even want to kill us? Why would God want us to do that? You know, how could He expect us to do that? But in reality, it's that, you know, that's the only hope that people have. That's the only hope that they may have for God in their life. It'd be us, the person who is our enemy. They need someone to guide them to that place, and you may be the only person that's there for them. You may be the only Jesus that those people see. You know, not saying that you're Jesus, but saying that you represent God. As a Christian, you know, you are representing God, and your enemies are depending on you to show them God, to show them Jesus. So if you've heard the story about Saul, who ended up becoming Paul, I'll just kind of talk about it a little bit so you can understand, in case you haven't heard the story or read it in the Bible. But so Saul was persecuting Christians. He was killing them. He was a Roman citizen as well as a Jewish citizen. So what he would do is he would pretty much persecute any of the Christians. That was the time after Jesus had already been crucified and died, and you know, he's basically going against God. You know, Saul is basically persecuting Jesus himself, because he's trying to destroy his name. He's trying to destroy everything that all the people believe in Jesus and the crucifixion and everything. He's trying to destroy all of those thoughts so that, you know, the Jewish religion can stay alive and the Christianity religion could die. And so Saul is helping the Roman soldiers, you know, just persecute all these Christians, having them killed, and in the Lord's name. And then Jesus comes to him. He blinds him, and he makes him really open his eyes, and he transforms him. He transforms the enemy. You know, the one who was trying to destroy him, the one who was trying to get rid of his name, to get rid of everything that he had suffered for. Jesus comes to him and he helps him. He blinds him and eventually makes him see. And, you know, that's true love right there. That is truly love. For one person to be able to, you know, do this for someone who's trying to even just get rid of their existence, you know, that just shows, that's an example of Jesus' love for us, and the love that we need to have for our enemies, because we could change that person, and we might be the only hope that they have. You know, it's up to us as a Christian family to not only love those who love us or love those around us, but to love our enemies. It's up to you. It's up to you to do it. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because I can guarantee you it's hard. It's going to be hard to love those people who don't want anything to do with you, or just hate you, or just, you know, but you got to pray for them. You got to do everything you can. You know, you don't have to try to beg them or anything like that, but just pray for them at least. Keep them in your heart. Keep them in your mind, and pray for them. And pray that God makes that difference in their life that they need. Because we didn't all grow up the same. We didn't all have a family that brought us to church. And maybe they've never had that, and that's what they need. They need someone to help them to open their eyes, to open their heart, to see that God is the King of Kings, and, you know, He'll reign forever. So I mean, I guess what it comes down to is just, you know, do your best to love them, even if it's very hard or difficult for for you to see God has a purpose and a reason for that. So I wanna also add on that, you know, we have to be forgiving of one another. And it says here in Ephesians 5:32, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another as God is in Christ. As God in Christ forgave you. So, maybe you're mad at your enemies. Maybe you don't want to deal with them. You don't think it's fair. But God calls us to forgive them because He forgave us. He sent Jesus so that He could forgive us. And so God calls us to do the same, to forgive and to love, whether it be our enemies or our friends. We have to forgive, we have to love, and we have to show that love at all times to everyone, to our enemies, to our friends, to those who persecute us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If someone doesn't want you alive, we're supposed to love them, and that sounds ridiculous. And I would understand why people wouldn't want to do that. But at the same time, we don't know what type of impact we can have from just loving someone who, doesn't have God in their life or needs God. But that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening today. I'm sorry that I missed on Sunday. I was out in the field working. But if you all have any questions, you can always ask. You can always feel free to ask me, or if you have anything that you want to hear about, have any ideas for the next sermon, just go ahead and put a comment on the below, and just let me know what you'd like to hear, and we can discuss it and talk about it. And always feel free to also message my wife and ask her questions. But I thank you for being here today, Pajama Church, and happy Wednesday. Bye.